Hey y'all, this is your K-pop auntie Carly, and I am really close to actually getting through all of Stray Kids' discography. Mixtape number three, I have not done yet, and it is the last, I believe, from the IMU series that I haven't gotten to yet. So after this, I only have a couple more songs I think that I haven't reacted to from Stray Kids. And after this, it'll just be kind of smooth sailing on content. Do I have anything to update you all on? I don't think so. I think this is just gonna get straight into it here. I'll turn the captions on the second time around, and first time I'm just gonna absorb what is going on here on screen and in my ears. Looks like we have a classroom setting. It's a lovely classroom. All right, volume, perfect. Say dope flamingo? What?
또다시 시작된 지루한 시간들에 힘이 빠지고 쉽게만 보게 돼 가끔은 말해 이런 생각들을 잘 할 수 있을까 최대한 부딪혔던 순간 이뤘던 순간 그 사이에 공존을 노력해볼까 걱정하지 마
Nice beats.
널 위한 과정이야
Going.
꽃도 있잖아 만개한 순간 아닌 과정 그게 더 아름다운 게 실시간에 정신 마음 심란한 게
Smile with the eyebrow raise. Get it, Chang
여태껏 많은 시험 겪었잖아 다름없어 인생이 달렸단 소리는 과장이야 그러니 걱정 마라 충분히 잘하고 있어 우린 아직 어려 그게 마지막이겠어 예전에 아픔 겪은 우리도 다시 힘냈어 고생 깨고 행길 다 버텨 너를 믿어 계속
Right, my first impression is I kind of like it. It's kind of hidden for the slower type of songs. I do like when it's the slower songs have just kind of the simple melody with the guitar and the just simple beat on the percussion, and that allows you to focus on the voices. And they have very nice singing and rapping so far. Bang Chan's mid-range voice, I like it.
Blessings wait for you.
Nice. Very smooth, you know? And lessons wait for you, and we have the school setting. Very cool.
졸린 잠을 참아가면서 시간이 많이 놓진 않나 봐 너의 표정에서 드러났어 4380일 동안 숫자들과의 싸움에서 지고 이기고 막 밤새 너를 가졌던 방안을 뛰쳐나와 진짜로 수고했다 이제 꽃길만 걷자 쉴 틈 없이 달려와 반복되는 긴장 속에 쉽지 않은 길을 선택했던 나 yeah. 꽃이 피려면 겨울이 지나가야 돼 꽃에 피는 열매를 보았으면 해
Yeah, I'm liking it. It's very chill.
늦지 않게 문제 풀고 시간 봐 틱탁 시간 지나가도 남았어 땡땡 끝났지만 걱정 많아져 Just please stop asking how I did it leave my business cause my markings on my papers tell me that I'm really useless But again I'm just getting started there's always other ways Gotta fill out my story
This is a good fast rap in English. Not bad. He does have a good voice.
여기까지 잘 버텨왔는데 뭐가 걱정이야 너를 믿어 Blessings wait for you
Ooh. Good note, dude. Right? I might check out some of his solo stuff. I have zero beef against Lucian, so I might check out some of his solo stuff because he does have a beautiful voice.
감정 아직 잘 모르지만 왠지 모르지만 알 것 같아 그 감정 괜찮아 너는 충분히 잘할 수 있어 이 말 한마디가 큰 힘이 되더라
I like that tone in Ian's voice.
그동안 남겨왔던 발자국들은 어디를 향하게 되는 걸까 하루를 위한 기록들은 앞으로 나갈 밑거름이 되었을 거야 It ain't over It ain't over
A little bit of harmonies going on there. I like.
뭐가 걱정이야 너를 믿어 Blessings wait for you
Was it lessons or blessings? I thought I heard both. Guess I'll figure it out when I turn the captions on. That's a B. Blessings. Okay. Cute. Very cute. Was that a Dead Poets Society moment going on there? Oh, Captain, my Captain. For you. I'm guessing that's the, what this would title, if it had a title, would be. Very cool. I'm going to turn the captions on, and yeah, the vocals on here were fantastic. It kind of felt like it was one of those songs where everybody was kind of just playing in their sweet spot, which might really be what these mixtapes are all about, because I know that you guys said that they write the mixtapes kind of like everybody writing their own part. Is that correct from the beginning? That everybody writes their own parts in these mixtapes and then sings them, so it kind of makes sense if they tailor them towards, you know, the voice, the literal voice that they are most comfortable in. Alright, I'm gonna get the captions on here, and let's go back through the lyrics. I know that this is the last, like I said, this is the last song in the IMU series, and the I Am series in general. And it does kind of, I don't know if this is they're saying, like, goodbye to this era or whatever, because they have them leaving school, you know, kind of graduating and moving on to the next phase in their life, is what I'm assuming that throwing the party and getting the heck out of there is all about. So yeah, lyrics. I did like this song. Like, this is as far as slower songs go, this is the kind of slower song that I do like. So this would definitely go on to a just kind of a just chill playlist for me. My steps towards the study room today, as always, are not just light. The tedious hours that started again let me down and make me watch the clock. Alright, so yeah, it is kind of definitely a school. It is a school song. I like how they, instead of using the typical line of my feet are heavy, you know, as I go this way, it's like my feet are not light. You know, it's just little ways of mixing things up. Sometimes I think if I can do well, the moment when I gave it a shot as much as possible. Thought I knew it was a long one, but I thought I could get through it before he did. The moment when I gave it a shot as much as possible, and when I accomplished, I exist in between. Shall I make efforts? And don't worry, the way you've run is just a process for you. Flowers, too, have the process, and not the moment in bloom. That's more beautiful. Okay, so that's just Hyunjin saying, hey man, this is all a process. Like, it's not like we can just, we don't come into this world like fully in bloom. Like, you have to go, everybody has to go through this, you know, the process. It isn't just, you know, flowers too have the process, not the moment in bloom. Like, right there, it's like, we all love the beautiful flower in full bloom, but even the flowers, you know, they start as a seed, you know, they have to go through, like, exactly what this process is right here. That all the bunch of, a lot of kids don't like the process of all the school days and everything. I didn't enjoy the high school and all that either. I was, like, not into school. Got good grades and everything, but I was just not into school either. But it's all part of the process. The real-time spirit and mind, it's only natural that you're confused. It's a process to make good results. You've took so many tests, this is not different. It determines your life. That is an exaggeration. Nice. I like how they're saying, yeah, this is all a process. This is all like the school days, I'm guessing, is what they're talking about here. It's all a process to get where you need to go. You need that schooling in life in order to kind of, get good results out of life. It's not having like a very basic education. I'm not talking about college and everything, but not having a very basic education usually doesn't lead to good results in life. But at the same time, saying that all these tests and stuff, especially in the Asian cultures, with the tests just having so much emphasis and determining your life, is saying, hey, these tests, they're actually like them determining your life. That is an exaggeration. So many, again, especially from what I've heard in the Asian cultures, where your schooling is really geared toward taking these big tests, and those decide a certain amount of placement in careers, in colleges, and like you need to do well in those in order to take certain paths in life. And he's saying, hey, that's actually not the determination of your life. Like, that's an exaggeration. There's a whole path outside of these tests. Oh, so don't worry, you're doing fine. We're still young. I don't think it's the last one. Hang on. My dog started to freak out. There's probably somebody outside. We suffered in the past, but we cheered ourselves up again. You endured the hardships and adversity. Keep believing in yourself. I know, we know. You can do it well. I like that. I don't know if that's I know, we know. It's kind of like the Stray Kids saying, like, we know how this feels. Like, we know how this feels. I know how this feels. Like, we did this too. We're there with you. You can do it well. Don't give up. You've done so well. What are you worrying about? Believe in yourself. Blessings wait for you. Very optimistic message, especially with how stressful I know that this time in life can be. Just to say, hey, you're doing well, you've done well so far, you're gonna do well, there's blessings out there waiting. Great positive message. You must have suffered a lot, living as you tried to be awake. That time must have passed a lot. It's on your face. You lost and won in the battle with the numbers for 4,380 days. Not that anybody's keeping track. Get out of the room that locked you all night. You really did a good job. Let's only walk on the flowery path. I've run without a break in the repeated tension. I chose a path that's not easy. To make flowers bloom, they have to go through the winter. I hope I can see the fruits of the flowers. And that's something that in places like Michigan we are very aware of, like having to have the winter in order for flowers to bloom. And like, do you have to have that downtime? No. There's places like, there's more southern climes that have like no winter as in like snow. There's a winter season and everything where everything kind of goes dormant and the earth has to rest basically, and the seeds kind of go dormant, and you have to have that time for the soil to literally rebound, its nutrients and everything. And in places like Michigan, where I live, where we have, the really pronounced seasons, where we have a big fall, and all the leaves change color and fall down, and, they kind of decay and everything and nurture the ground. And then you have the snow where it just packs everything down there, and the soil really gets this opportunity to rest. And we're really proud of how tasty our fruit and stuff is, because we only have a short growing period. We don't stress our fields out. We don't stress our fields out by trying to get 2 or 3 crops out of the same ground. We get 1 crop out of it. And because of that, it's like, we got the best blueberries, man. Stuff like that. Anyways, sidetrack. I'm nervous and afraid. Let's solve the problem on time and watch the time. Tick-tock, time is still left. Ring, ring, it's ended, but I have many worries.
Just please stop asking how I did it. Leave my business cause my markings on my papers tell me that I'm really useless. But again, I'm just getting started. There's always other ways. Gotta feel out my story. This is my buff.
I like that. There's a lot of different perspectives going on here, and Felix is we had Han's perspective of, gosh, that was a few stanzas ago. Of okay, I'll bring it back to him real quick here. Living as you tried to be awake, just him saying how you must have suffered a lot. It's on your face, and I know that Han basically tested out, right? Basically tested out of his schooling so that he would be able to go to Korea and pursue this idol life, and that must have been so tiring for him, so stressful to just kind of be able to tackle the latter part of his schooling and just kind of knock it all out like that. Must not have been easy. And we have Lino talking about how he chose a different path, a path that wasn't easy, but that, hey man, you have to go through those tough times, you have to go through those cold times in order to really bloom in life. And then we have Felix saying how, like, maybe he wasn't the best student, didn't get, how he wasn't satisfied, like the effort that he put into his schooling, it did not match up with the markings that he got on his paper. And I know a lot of people feel that way. But both of my brothers, like, it did not have a great time in school. It's not like they barely passed or anything, but they just, one of those kind of things where, like, the effort they put into the work just was not reflective in their grades. So after a while they stopped putting the effort in. I mean, that's just how it goes. Where if you feel like you are working hard towards something and you just keep getting C's and C's and C's, and you're like, why? If I can get by without, like, if I can kind of skate by on C's with little effort, why am I putting a lot of effort into it? Pardon me. Yeah. Cause my markings on my papers tell me that I'm really useless. But again, I'm just getting started. There's always other ways. Gotta feel it. There's always other ways. It's not necessarily all dependent on your grades in school. It's alright. There are other ways. I like that they're having a lot of different perspective on this. Some do great. Some do very well in school. Others not so much. And it's okay, dude. It's okay. We know 너라면 잘할 수 있다는 걸, yeah. 포기하지 마라. Oh no. 여기까지 잘 버텨왔는데 뭐가 걱정이야. 너를 믿어. Blessings wait for you. For you. I don't know the feelings yet. Yeah, this was probably done when Ian was still in school. And probably not quite taking all the big exit tests yet. Somehow I think I know the feelings. It's okay, you can do well. The word gives me a lot of energy. The last rite of passage before folding the young wings. I like that reference to Young Wings. Nice. The footsteps I've left. Where will they go? I think the records for my days that became the foundation for my future. Okay, I think the records for my days became the foundation for my future. I think records probably refers to, grades, the records that you get in school. Those became the foundation for my future. And, yeah, like, a lot of, how you treat school, a lot of how you learned what to, not necessarily like the things you learned in school, but like how you learned to do things in school really do kind of lay a foundation for how you tackle things in the future. It lays that Yeah, I kind of get that. You get into those habits, early on in your life. Either you're that's kind of when you start being, are you going to be the morning person who does get up and tries to, get into school on time and really kind of prepare yourself for the day by getting up early, or are you the kind of person who just barely drags yourself out of bed and goes to school and you're still just waking up in school? It's like it's stuff like that it really does lay the foundation for your future, you know. Personally, I actually had some times in high school where I got up so early that me and my friends went out to breakfast before school. And yes, to this day, I my alarm goes off at 6 a.m. even though I just work in my home office here, so that I can get up, get my day started, get into my office. It's lays the foundations. It ain't over.
It ain't over. It ain't
And yeah, graduating from school is it's an end of a phase, but it's not over. There's other stuff you're about to go into. What are you worrying about? Believe in yourself.
Blessings wait for you.
It's a really nice melody. It's just a really nice melody.
Blessings wait for you.
And happiness.
For you.
Very cool. I like that. I liked that. I am enjoying going back and checking out all of their discography. And like I said, I am almost done. So I got to get back to work though. Speaking of work and foundations and all that good stuff, how you doing, bud? He's doing great. He is doing fantastic. All right. I am out. You all have yourselves a wonderful day.